Hey everybody, my name is ChrisALOO, and welcome back to Nomad's Elegy. Now, I had to skip a good bit of it, because I died about 27 times. It's getting very, very close to my Mighty Fall record, where I died 39 times in General Grador. After so much working at it, I finally found a way to do it. Now, the bit with the clones, that's a hit or a miss. And Nomad's Requiem, you had to hit the clone that attacked slower, the one that attacked a little later, that started his attack later. With the Nomad and Nomad's Elegy that you have to fight, the clone Nomad, it's a hit or a miss. You don't know which one's which. One time I finally killed Nomad. Okay, I finally got him down, and I got excited. I had like 100 health. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I can move on. And then the other one was still standing there. And I got pissed. And then about 2 tries later, I finally killed the real Nomad. Now, how I was able to do this is I had to throw my War Priest in my bank. I had to stop that. I had to buy subjugation armor and buy an Armadillo battle staff. I had to get some cash real quick to do that. But I finally did it, and I did the blood spells, and I used standard prayer, and I used my magic overcharged. I went quite a while with only using melee, and that got real close. Didn't get as close as I wanted it to. So I finally did that, and then the next part we had to be Icthlorum. We had to run around in a circle rapidly, freeing souls. And then once we got enough souls, we had to hit the shield, and that deflected this thing back at the grotesquerie that is Nomad's god. Now, we're going on to the 4th phase. In the 4th phase, he's using strictly melee with the spear. Here's our setup for this. Our spells, we are using Ice Burst. We're going to see, or Ice Blitz. We're going to see how that works. Because if it holds him still, then it's perfect. We're golden. As far as gear we've got, of course, the standard robes of subjugation. I think, okay, yeah, my what is it, vampiric ore is about to run out, but that's alright. It would have run out during the fight anyway. I've got 2 super magic flasks, and in the War Tortoise, of course, I've got a shit ton of rocktails. And for my prayers, I switched from standard prayers back to curses, and I've got my deflect melee curse going. So here's the hoping this works how we want it to. Because if he operates the same as any normal monster when it comes to melee, we can hold him still. And Mage is the best thing to use against somebody in melee, because Mage does not damage... mages aren't damaged nearly as much by melee as, say, Rangers or Rangers are. And melee's, not damaged much by other melee, but then again, you can't really hurt them too much either in that phase. So let's do this. We've done all the extras. This is the last thing we got to do. So let's go ahead and prep. Magic, super magic. Now he's using strictly melee. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to go up to him, stand at a distance here, and see if he throws anything at us. Okay, so he doesn't get held still. So that guy still fights, alright. He hits rather quickly, but he doesn't hit very hard. So we don't have to heal nearly as much, but he hits so much harder now. But he hits so much more frequently, which is not something I care to do. Maybe we can run around and hurt him. That might be something to consider. No, he's fast as crap. So he's held in place right now. See if he stays still. Doesn't look like it. I was about to say, how come I'm not hurting him? Now, I don't know if this is all he does, but we're gonna find out. Gotta admit, I do like the audio coming with this, about him like basically bitching and groaning. Now, from what I read, he doesn't do this teleporting you to the middle thing very frequently. I am doing so much better at this rate. Let's move out of the way because we got the lightning coming. At least we don't have to worry about him hitting us all the time. So if this doesn't work out, we're going to go back to blood spells. As a sorcerer, as a fellow mage, I don't know why you would ever consider not using your mage. Forsaking your mage for your melee. That is a dumb, dumb move. Yeah, he isn't hitting nearly as hard. So hopefully that does some damage to him. Gotta run. Pull out of the pouch. Alright, we're doing very well. I don't know if anything's gonna happen here. I don't know if he's gonna do anything crazy kooky. Yes, I did equip Sliske's mask to be able to pull out just a random amount of hitting. You'd be surprised what even 1 point of damage will do for you. It seemed beneficial at the time. Don't judge me. It summons a white that does basically nothing, so leave me alone. I might as well, and anything in the pocket slot basically will not work anyway. He's hitting very quick, very accurately, but he's not hitting very hard at all. I think we will beat him this time. I'm not using any super high special abilities because I don't think I can hold up the adrenaline for that. So I'm using a set of basic abilities that I've got lined up right here. And a set of low adrenaline cost abilities. Always have that for this kind of thing. That's how I was able to do what I could on that. Gotta run. Set you on fire, big boy. Now burst. Down. Finally! Good God. Who shall kill Gielinor? Death. I'll have death kill Gielinor. That's why. Now it's going to be low quality cutscene, so forgive me. I might take the cutscene and put it into high quality later. So yeah, I think at the end of this I'll record the cutscene if I can. I don't know if I can or not. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, this is apparently a quest where you can, like, support a god. As you can tell by my attire, you know who I'm going to fight for. No, no! Do you even know what you've done? You've doomed us all. You've doomed the world. Yeah, you said that before, and it seemed to turn out alright. Don't you see? We would have had the power strong enough to protect ourselves from the gods. With a god controlled by mortals. By which you mean you. Who else? None of you have the will to do what must be done. None of you have the... Oh, stop it. I've been in your shoes. But even I wasn't as deluded as you are now. The gods may represent a threat, but your plan created a very real, unavoidable disaster. Countless souls shredded into pieces and stitched together into that thing. How dare you try to claim even for a moment that this scheme is anything other than unutterably evil. Pick words, please. Ha, what does it matter anyway? Congratulations, you've stopped me. I applaud you, I really do. Now nothing can stop your masters from crushing this world, our people, into dust. What masters? Are you really so ignorant, so deluded into thinking yourself a hero that you can't even see the strings? This whole game, the dance of the gods, it revolves around you. You're the game piece they all play with. Did a gathering of gods really have to wait for the arrival of one mortal to get started? There's a reason that all of these stories focus on you. Can't you see it? It's all a game to them, and... Bravo, bravo, a most splendid display. Reveal yourself, Sliske, we all know it's you. Oh, if you insist. Oh, Icky, still not a fan of the theatrical? What are you doing here, Sliske? Oh, isn't that obvious? I'm here with an invitation. Harold, my good friend, because you so beautifully murdered the countless souls amalgamated into a new god, Gielinor. I hereby invite you to attend my grand summit and compete for the Stone of Jas. I will attend if only to take it from you. As good a motivation as any, I suppose. But oh, I have one more invite to extend. Noctavena, my dear, dear friend, I am proud to offer you an invitation to my grand competition. Why? Why? Because you defeated Nomad here, being of remarkable power. I think such a feat is worthy of recognition, don't you? For defeating Nomad, you stand shoulder to shoulder with the gods themselves. And you'll all compete for the most fantastic of prizes, the Stone of Jas. Oh, but first there's one final thing left, isn't there? Nomad. What will you do with him? He obviously won't stop his wicked, wicked schemes, so the question is, live or die? Kill me. I am not afraid of death. I won't need much time to change that opinion, I assure you. Ooh! Ooh! Haha! Delightful. But are you really willing to add more mindless death to this? Perhaps imprisonment, or a fine? I mean, is his crime really so great? He's a hero, really, right? Kill him. I'm sick of him. Nomad, your crimes are too great. You cannot be allowed to live. Do it. Please tell me I get the spear. Quite right. Who needs mercy? So entirely overrated, in my opinion. I mean, does it really help anyone, do you suppose? Does a dragon change its scales because of a single kind act? Who cares? Now do you a little favor. And clear up that pesky corpse. Did he just take Nomad? Well then, till we meet again, Noctavena. As always, it's been a delight. Sliske, one day I'll have the delight of smashing his bones to pieces and scattering them to the winds. He has taken my quarry from me again. Nomad's soul will be mine. Soon. Everyone stop. Let it sink in. We've won. Nomad is defeated, his grip on the souls removed. We have prevented this rise of a new, terrifying deity. Sliske thrives on chaos. He wants us to feel this as a defeat, but it is far from it. You're right, of course. Come on, we didn't do this alone. We should go speak to the others before we go. God, that was such a pain in the ass. Say your goodbyes, Noctavena. Wow, okay. Ground is all blue. Then come speak to me again when I'll take you home then. Alright, so let's adjust my graphics first. Graphics settings. High graphics. Hey everybody, sorry about that. I had a slight technical malfunction there. I went to change my graphics to high, and then all of a sudden it just shut the window out. So we're going to go ahead and adjust my graphics again, take out what I don't want. We don't want the flickering effects or character shadows. We don't want sky boxes. Custom cursors are fine. Ground blending's alright. Lighting detail, water detail, particles. Set that to low. CPU usage very low. There we go. Got to give it a second for the graphics to fully set in. Time to go say my goodbyes to my friends. Aha! We did it! We beat Nomad and his soldiers. It's good to feel the thrill of battle again. It's getting a little choppy because I just logged in. I call it beginning login lag. What will you do now? I will do what I always did. I will protect people. There are still some Ascension nut jobs to clear up. And who knows what Nomad's scheme has done to the afterlife. They'll need me for a while. Then once that's all done, I can move on again. It will be good to have a rest. Good luck. Goodbye, Karosai. Goodbye, my friend. Let's go to Hazomir. Well, that was quite the adventure. Fanatical armies, powerful sorcerers, and even a nightmarish god to deal with. And perhaps the best thing about it all, I hadn't seen any of that coming. Okay. It's a strange thing knowing one's futures. It's nice to feel surprised again. Thank you, my good friend, for letting me know what that feels like. One last time. Goodbye, Hazomir. Goodbye. This one's going to break my heart because it's Zanuck. I like Zanuck. Let me just move this back down here. So that's 2 gods we've defeated together. There must be a record, surely. It was good adventure to be. It was a good adventure to be our last Noctivena. It was good to see you again. Goodbye, Zanuck. Goodbye, my friend. Oh God, it breaks my heart because I like Zanuck. She's hideous, but I like her. You did good back there, Noctivena. I'm proud of you. Thanks. You too. It's kind of you to say so, Noctivena, and it means a lot to me. I still have much to atone for, and so I shall stay behind here in the underworld. I will help remove any members of the Order and any lingering effects of Nomad's scheme. And then perhaps, when I have done enough, I'll move on to a new adventure. Goodbye, Noctivena. I am only sorry I would not see any more of your legend unfold. Alright, time to talk to Nomad. Or not Nomad, to Death. Have you said your goodbyes, Noctivena? It is likely you will never see these people again. It is rare that we say such goodbyes. Fate has given you an opportunity you should not squander. I have said my goodbyes. Very well. Wait, before you go, there is one thing we should resolve. Whilst Nomad may be defeated, the obelisk at Solwar still remains a very real danger. Wasn't that destroyed in the explosion? It was, and yet it has returned. It seems there is something more to that device than we first thought. As long as the obelisk remains, there is a danger that someone might learn how to harness it again. Like who? There are forces out there, ancient and dangerous, that have yet to reveal themselves. Not discounting the dangers that we already know of, imagine what Sliska, Zamorak, or Zamorga could do with such power. Then there are the people who would use it to do good. Imagine such a device in the hands of, say, Ariane, or even myself. The danger is undeniable. The obelisk is too dangerous to leave unguarded. We will need to appoint a caretaker. It is within my power to grant one soul here a reprieve, albeit a temporary one. A few years, that's all. Still, a few moments can be an eternity if used correctly. So, a few years does not seem unreasonable. Sadly, I grant such a boon only to one of you. I'd like to offer it to you, Zanuck. Me? But the others deserve it so much more. Your life was never yours to live. The machinations of Bandos took your destiny from you and warped it for his own ends. Then his death became yours. You weren't even allowed to die according to your own path. You died ultimately because he failed. After all the souls I could not save here, I would like to redress at least one soul's fate's cruelty. But what about the rest of you? I would feel wrong to leave you here. I, for one, think it's a great idea. No offense to everyone else, Zanuck. No offense to everyone else, but Zanuck would have been my choice. I'm not sure I could live for another life. Better that than the youngsters get a chance at life again, I think. Honestly, I worry about the grand scheme of things. There's a balance to life and death. This could damage that. Noctivena, what do you think? Come back with me, Zanuck. Thank you, Noctivena. I think I will. Oh, I feel so much better now about my life. I will guard the Soul Obelisk and look after Soul Wars. I shall make sure that no one can utilize the power again. Then it is settled, Zanuck. You will come back with us to Soul Wars. You only have a few years. Use them well. I intend to. Thank you, Noctivena. You truly are a good friend. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Hear him say that. Goodbye. Okay. Let's see, we got 50,000 construction XP lamp, 50,000 mining, 50,000 wood cutting, 50,000 combat, soul in a box blueprints, urn enhancer, 2 treasure hunter keys. And I can wear my quest skill cape again. Or my quest cape. Oh, that was nice. As a whole, the quest was insanely challenging. Well, the first couple parts, the Bandos thing, I just needed to figure out my proper placing. I needed to figure out where I was going. Where I was going to sit there and fire the spells off and take this thing down. Or take the Bandos things down. The fight against Nomad was single-handedly the most difficult fight I've ever had to experience in this game. It tested me to my utter limits, and for the first time, I actually had to use top gear, top armor and weapons that I could possibly wear to the best of my financial ability to fight this thing, to beat him. I had to use everything at my disposal, and to be honest, this is the most potion use I've ever had to take part in. There were parts of it you didn't see where I was using melee and I had to use tons of defense potions. Tons of, God, what is it? Tons of strength potions, attack potions, greater attack potions, grand attack potions. I had to use every potion I could at my disposal. Ended up only, getting by with magic potions in the end. But overall, that was by far the most intense set of combat battles I have ever taken part in. I think it could have been toned down a little bit because that was way too hard. But the story was great. Finally got rid of an old character that nobody wanted around anymore. Oh god, I wish I could have kept his spear. But anyway, it was a good quest. And I can finally wear my Questscape again. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Link to Runescape will be in the description, as will a link to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. God, what else I was going to say? Oh yes, like, subscribe, share this with friends if you guys want to see the channel grow. Give me a comment if you guys want to comment or message if you guys want to see something else in particular done, RuneScape or otherwise. As always, see you guys next time. Really, Jagex really has to, let up on the massive boss fight. Because he is becoming, insanely difficult.